Hello viewers, and welcome back to another TV box review. Today I have the review of the second version of the H96 Max H2, and this one is the 64GB model. After the break, I'll be doing a full review of its hardware and features, so stay tuned, you have more in a moment. So I'm back, and this is the box the device comes in. It's got no labeling anywhere on the outside, so I'll just do the unboxing and put the specs up on the screen. This release of the H96 Max H2 in similar fashion as the previous model, runs on the Rockchip RK3328 quad-core processor, running up to 1.5 GHz. The GPU is the ARM Mali 450 graphics processor. It comes with 4 GB of RAM, and in this model it comes with a whopping 64 GB of internal storage. It has dual-band Wi-Fi support, and it has Bluetooth 4.0 support. It has 5.1 surround sound output, and it comes with a USB 3.0 port. So in the box, you get the 64-bit version of the H96 Max H2 itself. You get this infrared remote. The remote is the same remote used in the previous model, but if you are a power user and perform more advanced functions like installing Kodi add-ons or playing Android games, a Bluetooth Air mouse or mini touchpad keyboard would be a better option. You get one HDMI cable, a 5 volts 2 amps universal DC power adapter, and a quick setup user's guide. Let's examine the box. The housing is made of plastic, with a glossy surface displaying the H96 Max 64GB branding at the top. To the back, you get one HDMI port, one USB 2.0 port, one RJ45 Ethernet LAN port, one audio-video port, one SPDIF port, and a DC power input. To the side, you get two USB 2.0 ports, one USB 3.0, and a standard-size SD card reader. To the front, you have an LED clock display. And to the bottom, you have some ventilation holes. So I'll now connect this box to my TV, and when I return I'll continue. Well, I'm back, and as the box starts up for the first time, you're presented with the same H96 Max startup animation from the previous model because it's the same firmware. This takes a couple of seconds. Then you're presented with a short setup wizard, after which you are taken to the launcher. So this is the same launcher, and what I'll do is I'll skip straight to the system and hardware information segment because we already know that the box is rooted and what features the H96 launcher entails. It shows that the manufacturer is Rockchip, and the model is the H96 Max. Below it shows that the box comes with 4 GB of RAM, and here it shows the remainder of the 64 GB of internal storage after the Android installation and apps installed on the box. The CPU is the Rockchip RK3328 64-bit quad-core processor running up to 1.5 GHz. Below it also shows that the box has support for both 32 and 64-bit ABIs, which allows the box to run both 32 and 64-bit applications. The display is powered by the ARM Mali 450 single-core GPU, with a refresh rate of 60 Hz. I'll just switch to another hardware application here for a second that shows the GPU core information. Under Network, it shows that the box has dual-band 5.8 GHz Wi-Fi support, and you can also see the signal strength, link speed and the frequency. The operating system is Android 7.1.2 Nougat, and it also shows that the box is rooted. The temperature of the box is between 55 to 70 degrees Celsius on normal room temperature, and around 45 to 50 degrees on passive cooling. The box comes with codecs for playing 4K videos like H264, HEVC, and VP9 decoding, and a couple of others, all needed for the playback of HD media. And that's it for system and hardware information, and I'll now move on to the benchmarks. I'll first start with the RAM and memory read and write speeds. The 64GB version of the H96 Max H2 has a RAM copy speed of 2,865 MB per second. The internal storage has a read speed of 91 megabytes per second and a write speed of 48. And the SD card reader has a read speed of 18 megabytes per second and a write speed of 12. The RAM copy speed is a bit low, but it's still acceptable for a regular movie streaming TV box. I'll now show the results of the Wi-Fi speed test. I did a total of 9 tests, 3 on each Wi-Fi band and 3 on the LAN port, and the results show that the 5.8 GHz band was the only band able to hit the maximum speed of my internet package of 40 megabytes. The 2.4 and the Ethernet port fell a bit short of the maximum speed. I now show the results of the Antutu benchmark. And the results show that the box got an Antutu score of 61,497. This score is based on the new Antutu version, which gives a much higher score than the previous version, and it also indicates that this box has some good performance. In the GeekBench 4 CPU benchmark, the box got a score of 549 single-core and 1,500 multi-core. This score is consistent with other boxes in its class. For my final benchmark, I have the Ice Storm Extreme GPU benchmark, part of the 3D Mark series of GPU tests tailored to a specific Android mobile device. When all tests were complete, the H96 Max H2 got an Ice Storm Extreme score of 2,211. This score is a bit below average than what I expected from a box in this class, which should have been between 4,000 and 5,000. Before I move on to the next segment, here is the root access information. And here is the DRM information. I'll now play some 4K video samples. I have made some changes in the selection of my 4K samples, and I am also running these samples off a much faster external flash drive. All samples featured in this segment are true 4K UHD 10-bit samples at 60 frames per second, with a resolution of 3840 by 2160, in either MP4, MKV or TS formats. So all the 4K video samples ran perfectly, and they all ran well off an external flash drive. I'll now run a 4K video sample using the Android TV version of the app. YouTube plays in 4K quality on this box, and keep in mind that the regular app on the Play Store only shows up to 1080p quality. You can get the YouTube Android TV version that plays 4K by installing the Aptoide App Store and installing it from there. I'll now run a game to test the box's 3D graphics gaming capability. Well, as you can see, the game did not run smoothly, and the graphics was of a low quality. So in summary, the H96 Max H2 has some pros and cons. On the good side, the box is rooted and can stream free movies and TV shows. It has 64 GB of internal storage. It played all of my 4K videos at 60 frames per second, and the Android TV YouTube app plays YouTube videos in 4K. On the downside, the GPU benchmark scores were quite low, resulting in poor 3D graphics performance. The Wi-Fi speed was okay on the 5.8 GHz band, but not as good on the others. My keymapping app failed to work, and it comes with an infrared remote control. So I've come to the end of my review of the 64 GB model of the H96 Max H2 TV box. If you are interested in this device, a link was placed in the description area where you can get it at an unbeatable price. Thanks for watching. Remember to like this video if you found it informative, share it with your social media friends, and subscribe to this channel for more TV box stop videos.